Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, what's up girl? My name is Tyler. This is FROstrated the channel, and today we are going to be doing a very lazy natural hairstyle, also known as a slick back pony, puff, whatever you decide to do with the tail end of it is up to you. But I'm going to show you what I use, some tips to help keep it cute, and yeah, we're going to keep this brief. Let's hop right in. So in true it's FROstrated fashion, I decide to wait until it's 10 o'clock to do my hair. So I'm going to keep this really simple if I can, but I'm going to tell you what I use first. Hopefully this helps you. Let's jump right into that. Anytime I do my hair, I always wear a shirt that I don't mind getting wet or stained, because I use a lot of very messy products, or maybe I'm just a messy natural, maybe that's just me, but I would recommend something you really don't mind getting wet. Now for product wise, I only really use two things. This is going to be my leave-in conditioner. If y'all watch my last two videos, y'all have seen the Thank God I'm Natural leave-in conditioner. Is the bomb. I love it. My hair loves it, so I'm gonna keep using it. And of course, some water. You may not need water depending on what you're going for. My hair is already like curly wavy, so water is probably going to be the best thing to keep it that way. That depends on how you want your slick back to be though. That's totally optional. And gel if you prefer. I don't really like gel unless I absolutely need it, and I do it at the very end. So if you don't want to use it, you don't necessarily have to. Now, tool wise, I'm going to be using two brushes, a paddle brush to get her together and a small bristle brush to keep her together. I usually use this first with the water to detangle and make sure everything's good, everybody's good, and then I use the small bristle brush to keep everybody in place while we're adding our bow to the slick back. So without further ado, let's hop right on it. Now, I'm not one of those pros that can talk while I'm doing this, but I'm going to try because I'm trying to get better. So I actually use this first. Of course, it's halfway empty, so of course we're gonna be refilling it sometime during this video. But here's the thing, I would normally use my spray bottle, my OG, but for this, it gets every part that I'm looking for at that time, which right now is the top part of my hair. Because if you're keeping it real, depending on how slick you want it to be, the middle part is important too. But if it's already in position, you may not need to do much. That's totally up to you. But the more water, the better if you're trying to keep the wavy, curly slick back look. If you're not, then you might want to try an oil or a moisturizing cream rather than oil, so it doesn't wave, if that's not what you're looking for. Okay, girl. Once we do that, this is important. Actually, distribute the water. I don't know why people think that once you put water on your hair, it's just supposed to like knock on the door and come in and just make your hair automatically saturated. Baby, you got to work everything in. That's with anything. Work your hair, work your water in, work the leave-in conditioner in, work moisturizer in, work all of that stuff in. That way you won't be upset when your slick ain't slicking. Like, I don't know why. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just my hair, but this water will sit on my hair, on top of my hair, just like that. Y'all see that? If I don't actually use my fingers, it will sit on top of my hair, and I'll be mad. And then 2 hours later, I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna put it in a puff and be done. You can't do that. Well, you can, but you know, you'll get aggravated, and then you want to cut your hair off, which is not recommended. Okay. Anyway, so here we are, and like I said in my IG reel, praying hands, ladies and gentlemen. When you praying hands, you're also stretching your hair so that whatever's in the back of that slick back is very long, very voluminous, very cute. So just remember that. But I kind of already had my hair, and I apologize, I don't like when people do this either, but I kind of already had my hair in this slick pony, whatever. So it's already in position, but I am going to stretch it a little bit more so we can see the difference between the first time I did it and now. For those of you who are going for the middle part, I would suggest, a lot of people go from the nose. do what's best, okay? If you can't get the middle part after like the third try a side part, or be okay with your halfway mid part. Like, I don't think nobody's looking at your scalp with a ruler trying to figure out if it's completely symmetrical. Like, it's not that big of a deal unless, like I said, you're one of those people who you know, it has to be straight, it has to be in the middle. Go for it. As for me, I'm totally okay if it's, you know, a little crooked driveway. I'm all right with that. Don't judge me. Now, let's move on to the next step. And in true fashion, I had to add more water. Because honestly, I really thought that the water that I had on my hair would be enough, but I just know she gonna show out when I try to brush her. So we just gonna go ahead and take caution and add more water. Now, most people, you can do it two ways. You can go ahead and detangle without product, or you could add product and then detangle. I would add product and detangle because, I mean, the product is supposed to help, you know, but, you know, hey, do your thing. If that's what you want to do, if you want to make your life easier by detangling first, go ahead. I want to save a little bit of the hair that I have left, so I'm going to go ahead and add Miss Green Tea here to the mix. And then we are going to actually detangle when we come back. Well, not come back, but you know what I'm saying. Now, if you watch my IG reel, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I have a little bit of a snippet in the IG reel, I added a good bit of this leave-in conditioner already. However, I feel like leave-in conditioner is one product that no matter how much you add, I don't think it will change how your hair will operate. If anything, I think it will get better depending on what type of leave-in conditioner you have in your hair. My hair is thick and it's considered low porosity, so if I don't have warm water, it will not work. So for me, adding more leave-in conditioner will kind of help loosen up everything in terms of if there's any little fairy knots or slight detangle, because I haven't moisturized or anything for that day or the 2 days that I had this hairstyle in. So the more the merrier for me. But I think it does make your process easier when you add your product in first. And that's my recommendation for y'all, especially if you got hair that likes to be disobedient. You just wanna make your life easier. So as you can see, guys, I'm also finger detangling too, because sometimes your fingers will do the job a little bit better than your brushes and your paddle brushes and all the other tools that you use that could be a little harsh, especially if you have hand strength. Sometimes we have a lot more strength on our hair and we put a lot more tension than we probably need to, and I'm saying this to myself too, but with our hands, we're a little bit more gentle. So that's another recommendation. Use your hands, praying hands when you're applying, distributing, just to make sure we're getting every piece of your hair, and then detangle, and detangle gently, okay? Because we like our hair. We love our hair. We don't like it right now, but we love it, okay? Wow. Okay, y'all. Here's a tip. Always squeeze like a fist, I guess, when you're detangling. Start from the bottom and work your way up, and then kind of section it in small sections and do it again. That way, you're not like pulling and then it gets stuck and you're like, ooh, and then you pull your brush away and then it gets super more tangled. Just start from the bottom and work your way up. Well, that's how I do. As you can see, I kind of release my other fingers so that I can kind of move up. The key is to get to or on your scalp with the brush. That way, when you get ready to brush it back, it's already flat or a little flat before you use your other brush. So, as you can see, I'm taking one hand and then adding this one on top and brushing down. If that's a little too harsh for you, a little too much, you don't have to do that. Just stick to the regular brushing with one hand. My hair will not operate without two, so that's what I'm doing. Now, another tip to kind of get your hair prepped, switch the position of your hand and start to brush back as well, because most people will brush down and then it's difficult for them to brush back because your hair is so used to it being brushed down. I know it sounds crazy, just try it. Now notice I haven't done the back of my hair yet, because technically all I really need to do back there is add my products and brush it. I don't need to position it because it's already in place, if that makes sense. So once I brush back, depending on what you want to do with your little baby hairs right here, do you think? I don't really know how, so make sure you brush all the way through. Your hand should do this motion because you're going to do that with the other hand, if that makes sense. Do y'all see how hard I just... Bro, it should never be... Okay. Maybe that's God telling me you don't need that much. I don't know, but... Ooh, that was stressful. You can do this 2 ways. Some people will go ahead and do this now with the not official brush, but with the bristle brush, and go ahead and brush those little ridges, or those little rough places, those little patches where it's a little crazy. Go ahead and brush that back. For me, I wait until I actually get my hair in the ponytail and then do it, but that might cause some complications for those of you who have flyaways. Now, y'all see how far these stretch? If you don't want those type of problems or be tying your hair a million times, get a smaller one. But for me, in order for my hair to act right, I need to stretch it a couple of times. Otherwise, my arms get tired. And I say that a lot, but it's true. And then, next thing you know, you got to take your hair down and redo it because one side got fluffy while you're trying to stretch the other side of the bow. It's just too much. If you have a longer bow, use that. If you work with smaller or shorter bows, use that. It's literally not one of those things where you have to have a certain type of bow to do this for me. This is what she's looking like right now. Now, I then will take my brush her back. Like I said, if you want to use gel, you can. But sometimes, if you have the right leave-in conditioner, you may not need it, and that's just the tea. For me, I'm gonna have these little baby hairs in the front that I don't know how to do, so don't ask. But this, just so I'm not looking like weird. And when I say weird, it's like my hair is already small, so not having something on the sides makes it a little weird, but that's just my personal preference. So this is pretty much it, guys. All right, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope it was quick. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you a laugh. I hope it gave you a new style to try and add to your repertoire. My name is Tyler. Once again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I know some of you are here because you're looking for restock updates. You might want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I have a whole website. You might want to subscribe to the emailing list because, you know, it might be there. I don't know. But yeah, guys, yeah, this is it. This is the final look. I'm probably going to have the final look, like with, you know, everything on Instagram. If you don't know by now, I have an Instagram here. All of my social media handles will be here. Yeah. Bye, guys.